that the Church of God in Christ is on the air live. Dr.
Yes.
Cole, what do you have to say about
this
it?
is the last night. This is the last night. So you want to be in on everything. Our leader's going to be speaking tonight, and so we want you to make sure you text somebody, and let's just flood social media. I know it's a lot going on, but if you flood social media and let everybody know we're here in Indy.
Yes.
Giving God praise.
Shout out to our First Lady who is not able to be with us tonight, all the way
Absolutely.
in Los Angeles,
Yes.
California. We are still thinking about you.
Yes.
God bless
We're
you,
gonna
Lady
bless
Blake.
all the saints and friends watching our broadcast right now. Let's go back into the service and the podium right now to hear the voice of our chairman. We'll be right back in just a few moments after the word from our presiding bishop preaching on tonight.
God bless you, Mr. Chairman. It is our honor tonight to present very special guest of the AIM Convention on tonight. We would like to welcome Brother Nate Miles of Eli Lilly with a special presentation, and he's coming at this time. Come on, AIM Convention, let's give our guest a great hand.
Thank you so much. First, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life, to Bishop Blake, to the Presidium, to the Superintendent Dillard, and the members of the Church of God in Christ. It is indeed a pleasure and a privilege to be back before you on behalf of Eli Lilly to participate in a program that we call at Lilly our faith-based initiative. This is a program that was started by Bishop Blake several years ago when he saw how diabetes was just ravaging the African American community, and he and I were having lunch one day, and he asked me if I would help do something about this program and get Lilly involved with this. And so I said, Bishop, let me see what we can do. And that was 10 years ago, Bishop, and it has now grown from this little small program to a program that is now visited in just about every state that we can get this program in, and we contribute heavily in. In fact, this year we will be doing about $150,000 contribution to this program this year alone. That's $150,000 of the program that started with zero because of this bishop here. This year we have gone in and we have talking about this program and about this disease. We went in and we've got one of Kojik's own, Dr. Elton Amos, who will be talking about the program, about diabetes, and what can be done to prevent diabetes and what you can do to manage this disease. So with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Amos, Dr. Elton Amos, who is a member of Kojik himself.
Thank you, Brother Miles. It's an honor to stand with you and before you, the people of God. God bless you, Bishop Blake, for having the vision and the interest in the health of his people. We honor all of our leadership, but today we want to use this time to talk about your health for just a moment. Everybody got time for health? We ought to take a little time for our health. We take time to change the oil in our car, and we take time to know the details of the things that are precious, but many times we know little about our own bodies. In this presentation, you'll find that through the work of Eli Lilly and their ministry towards us, the Church of God in Christ, they're providing us information that we can use. Diabetes is a lifetime of struggle. For those that suffer, they understand what I'm speaking of. And it is also an opportunity for a lifetime of change. It's a lifetime of complications. But you can also have a lifetime of understanding and peace and knowledge when you educate yourself about the disease. Next, we'll find that there are 1 in 4 people who have diabetes and don't even know it. You say, how is that possible? There have been enough people in America with diabetes and studies performed, and the numbers don't change because our patterns don't change, our habits don't change, our DNA hasn't changed. And so it is effectively true, believe it or not, that 1 in 4, look down your row and count to 4. That person just might be diabetic. While you're looking at them, somebody's looking at you. Yeah. And so it's not the other person's problem. It's not the other person's disorder. It could be yours as well. Our church is predominantly African American, and African Americans are 2 times more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes. Not only are we 2 times more likely to be diagnosed, you know what? We're 2 times more likely to die from the complications of diabetes. You'll see on these next few slides that up to 90 to 95% of African Americans are type 2 diabetics. That's a high percentage. And our leader has recognized the impact that we have on our nation and on our people, and want you to get this message. Don't conclude that you're in the 5% who don't. Find out if you're in the 95% who do. It's easy to find out. All you have to do is follow the good news plan that our church has provided. Here's the good news, seen on the next slide. You can reduce your risk. You can reduce your opportunity for death and disease from diabetes. A couple of things you can do. Step 1, work with your doctor. And if your doctor doesn't bring diabetes up to you, you bring it up to your physician. Talk to them, ask them, am I diabetic? And if they say, no, you're not diabetic, ask them how they know. How do I know? If I'm not diabetic, how can I prevent from becoming diabetic? Second thing you can do is take care of yourself. Don't leave your health solely in the care of another person. Be responsible for your own health. Responsible for your exercise patterns, responsible for the things that you eat, responsible for the things that you put into your body. And finally, learn to take some responsibility for those that are around you. Protect each other. Protect them in their diet, protect them in their behavior. Protect your children. Teach them about diabetes. And finally, don't wait till tomorrow. Start today. Start today. Start tonight. After service, start tonight. When you decide, am I going to go down to that 24-hour restaurant? Tell your neighbor, start tonight. God bless you.
God bless you. Let's give them a hand. At this time, we would like to receive our international chair lady, none other than Evangelist Joyce L. Rogers.